Hello, everybody. My name is Alexandra with This is Improv, and I am here for another episode of Tacobout It Tuesday, where we talk about all things the arts and the people who love them. Today, we have a very, very special guest, someone who I think about as family, you could say. We have Kaeleigh here with us. Hello, Kaeleigh.
Hi.
Thank you for coming on here today. I'm really excited. I went to school with Kaeleigh, and she's a very talented actress. So, Kaeleigh, if you could just introduce yourself.
Yeah, so hi, my name is Kaeleigh. As Alex said, I go to NSU. I'm currently a senior, so I am just about 2 months away from graduating. I am a theater major, and I have 3 minors in marketing, strategic communication, and graphic design. And I am a very busy person, so I do a lot of things.
So what would you say was your start in theater?
I guess I started out really in choir, and then in 5th grade, we got the chance to do this little show called the Granny Awards. And I got cast as Cinderella, and I do love myself a princess, so that was kind of the start of my love of theater. And from there, I've just been doing it ever since in any capacity that I can.
That's awesome. Nice. Yeah, so do you prefer musical? Because I know you sing as well. So do you prefer musical theater or just straight plays?
That question kind of depends on the day, really. I would like to say I like them both equally, but really it really depends on the day. If I've seen a really good musical, I'm like, oh, musical theater, that's it. But if I see a really good play, I'm like, wow, I would love to do that forever.
Right. Now, during your studies, have you taken any of the improv courses?
I did. I took the comedy to improv course my freshman year with Mark Duncan.
How is going from scripted theater into improvisational?
Improv scares me. It always has. I was on the improv team in high school, and I did some improv work with like workshops for when I was in Girl Scouts, and I did various improv stuff throughout my whole theater career so far. But it's always something that scared me because I'm someone who really thinks about what they say, and I really think about everything that I do. And in improv, you really just have to let it go, and whatever happens, happens. And that's a really scary thought. So it's challenging for sure.
Well, you're good in theater. I think you're one of the people that I see that I think like, oh, well, she understands it, because you're also very helpful outside of just the acting practices, because you have done some technical work in terms of, helping with sets or with props and things like that. So how do you view that side of theater? What are your thoughts about the technical side?
I think it's amazing, and everyone that does it is so incredibly awesome. I personally, I love it, but the stage is where I feel at home, which is where I kind of gravitate towards. But I really do, I find the process of set designing, and especially costume and makeup, I think is one of my favorite aspects of technical theater, because it's just so creative and so cool. But my best friend Mia is a stage manager, and I am constantly in awe of everything that they do. So,
what is your favorite kind of exercise to do with theatrical practices? Whether it be a warm-up or a ritual you have before you go on, or...
That's a good question. I mean, the biggest thing for before I step on stage is kind of thinking about the moment before. And I know that's a very, every acting teacher is think about the moment before. But it's so true. You want to know where your character was, what they were previously doing to get in that right headspace, to step on stage and become that character and really be in the scene and be fully present in that character's mind. And kind of your own self doesn't even matter anymore. Your own self is gone. You're that character. You have their wants and needs. that's kind of the thing that I've always done right before a show or getting back on stage.
Yeah, nice. When you do theater, do you prefer doing comedy or drama?
I love comedy because I love making people laugh, but I think there's something really awesome in drama with the sheer amount of, like, obviously comedy has its emotion and everything, but I think in drama there's so much. I mean, this is so hard. I've done so many really cool comedic stuff, but I've also had some really awesome roles that have tended to be more dramatic, I guess. And there's different ways to approach both of those things. And I think they're both like equally interesting and cool.
Yeah, totally. I find that during drama there are those moments of release of like a little comedic sense to it, because I watched you in DNA and that is heavy. But there were these moments where you couldn't help but laugh because you guys did such a good job at easing the tension with your own sense. You know, it's not just the writing of it. You had your own way of saying the words and presenting it that I thought was a great way to help the audience come back to, like, okay, well, that was a lot. But we're back to bringing it down a little bit so it's not too much for us. And I thought that was a nice way from you. I mean, you're because I've worked with you as a director, so working with you is very easy because you kind of just go, oh yeah, and and somehow you just understand what to do. And I think that's something you don't often find with actors who do more than just, you know, straight plays or musicals. I mean, you're very versatile in what you do. But yeah, you're easy to work with because you just get it. I don't know how else to say it. I think you're just really good at cooperating with people or making a cohesive platform to work with, which I think is awesome. And because you were with Julia, and I remember like, oh man, they're so easy to work with. Because you had your lines memorized before everyone, and you were trying new things before everyone. And I was just amazed at how easy it was to work with you, even as a student. I mean, you had that level of respect for even the people who weren't, you know, professors or anything, who were your peers. And I think that's something that's hard to find when you're learning, you know. But I think that you have that sense of just, you know, understanding that we're in a common space and we're all doing this together. So I was really sorry. I'm ranting about how good you are.
Thank you. You are an incredible director, and it made it that much easier to do my job as an actor.
So what's your plans after college? Are you gonna hit the big city, or are you gonna just explore other avenues of theater?
Well, as of right now, I would love anything performing would be the dream, obviously. I'd love to start kind of working to get myself, getting some self-tapes done and sending them out there. But I'm also exploring the business side of theater as well, with my 3 minors that I have. I'm also interested in like social media marketing, advertising within like the theater, arts, entertainment industry. So I'm looking at avenues like that. I'm kind of just exploring options at this point. Wherever I land, I land.
I think that's awesome though, that you're not just, you know, thinking about one side of things, but you're thinking about even the technical aspect of the marketing side, which a lot of people don't think about with theater.
It's a huge business and there are so many jobs to be had. Like when people think about it, they're like, oh, it's just an actor. And then they realize, oh, but there's like a backstage crew. And then you think about the business and there's so much that goes into it. So many incredibly talented, amazing people that make any production happen. And I think people don't realize like how many different avenues you can go down within the realm of theater.
Yeah, 100%. There's so many jobs in theater that people don't see. They see pretty lights. Pretty lights. Oh, they sing beautifully. Theater. That's it. So what would you say for someone who is not familiar with the arts? What would you say to someone who hasn't really experienced it? What would your thoughts be to them about it?
Theater is such an incredibly amazing thing. One of my favorite things about it is that within any form of theater, it's a reflection of our society and a reflection of our past, present, future, however you want to think about it. And some people use it for escapism, some people use it for that kind of hard-facing truth to reflect what's going on around us. There's so many different emotions you can feel within theater, and I think it's such a beautiful thing, and it's so worth giving a try. Even if you're not one to get up on stage or do really anything by putting on the show, at least be an audience member and be there to appreciate the art and the work that so many people put into it, because it is a truly beautiful art form and it's just really incredible.
Yes, I completely agree. Is there anything that you are working on right now?
Yes. So I am currently cast in a student-run production of The Wolves, which has been several years in the making. Here at NSU, we have a Stage 2 student production company, and this is the first student-led production since we did A Dog's House my freshman year. So it's really, really exciting. It's a show. It's all women in the cast, and it's about a soccer team. And the show is beautiful, and it's heavy hitting, and it's almost deep, and not in the same way DNA was, but it does have some heavy content in it. And I'm so excited to begin rehearsals. We start next week. And that'll be April 10th and 11th. And we're going to stream it over Zoom, which is really exciting.
That's awesome. And Mia's stage managing that, correct?
Yes. Mia is the student artistic director. And also stage managing. I am in the show. I'm playing number 7, and I'm also in charge of the marketing and all that kind of for the show. A lot of the people in the cast are also on the creative team, so it's truly a very collaborative experience, and it's so exciting, and I'm so excited to start working on it.
Yeah, I love that. For those of you that remember, Mia is a cast member of This Is Improv. So if you want to go and support Mia with that and support Kaeleigh, you should 100,000% go tippity type it into your computer and watch that show when it comes out. Anything that Kaeleigh has been talking about will be linked down below. And I hope that you guys keep up with Kaeleigh's journey. You know, she's beginning. She has all of these plans, and I think it's going to be really amazing to see where it goes. I want to say thank you so much for joining us today on Tacobout It Tuesday.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited that I got to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited that you got to be here too. If you would like to take any improv classes or learn more about improvisation, you could go to www.thisisimprov.com and you can contact us or sign up for one of our classes today. If you enjoy podcasts, we do have one called This Is Legends of Yesterday, where we talk about histories, mysteries, and ghost stories of Florida. So you could also send in your stories to us if you have anything weird, interesting, or crazy that you know that has happened in Florida, and hear your story on the podcast. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, whoever you are, and eat some tacos because it is Taco Tuesday. Thank you again, Kaeleigh.
Thank you.
Goodbye.